What would you like to be when you grow up? If you're Nigerian, African, or maybe even Caribbean, you would have had this question many times growing up. My name is Benedicta Apoma. I am a Nigerian trained pharmacist and an international health manager, and I'm going to tell you how I became an international health manager and an SDG advocate. So, of course, when you are in secondary school or high school, especially when you're preparing to get into the university, you always get asked the question, what would you like to be when you grow up? Or what would you want to feel in your jam form when preparing to get into the university? For me, I had two things in mind. I either wanted to be a medical doctor or a pharmacist. A medical doctor because I wanted to be that favorite doctor that every patient wanted to go to, and a pharmacist because my ambitious mind wanted to bring the cure to HIV and AIDS. Okay, fast forward. I ended up becoming a pharmacist. And in pharmacy school, our lecturers told us how noble the profession was, and how when we get out of school, the world will literally worship the ground that we walk on. Why? Because we are pharmacists and we are drug keepers and guiders. But I had a rude shock when I graduated. My friend Emmanuel would always tease me and say, Benedicta, must you always bring pharmacists into every conversation you have? Once they say who you are, the first thing you say, I'm a pharmacist. So beyond being a pharmacist, what can you do? You can't even write a simple write-up, an essay for an application. And I realized, there's a life, outside just having a title, a huge title. Of course, it's a very noble profession. It's a very profitable profession. But, beyond the title of what you studied in school, what can you do? What problem can you solve? And it took quite some time, but then it began to sink in. Oh, yes, I need to do this. I need to know how to, to do things, to develop skills, that will help me be relevant, that will help me apply myself to any kind of job or any kind of situation that I find myself. Thankfully, in my final year in school, I had attended this conference where one of the speakers spoke about the Mandela Washington Fellowship and the Yali Network, the Young African Leadership Initiative. And I thought, this is interesting. So I made research, got to know about it, and that's how I got to know about the UN SDGs. And what did I do? I identified a problem in my community and I decided to solve it. Now, solving this problem has led me to taking on international scholarships to study for my master's in international health and social management. Now, studying for this master's has further broadened beyond the fact that I have enough skills to apply myself to different kind of scenarios wherever I find myself. These masters also opened up the job opportunities that I can access. So beyond the international health part, which already resonates with my bachelor's degree in pharmacy, the social management part already opens the door for me to access management positions. So now, having this master's in international health and social management even opened the door for me to intern with the United Nations. And it might surprise you to know that I did not intern in any area of health, but in HR, human resource management, because of the management part. Why am I sharing all of this? Beyond being a doctor or being a mass communicator or, having this thematic roles and from the courses that we have studied, what problem can you solve? What problem have you identified in your community that you can solve? Or in your state or in your country, wherever you find yourself, what problem can you solve? Please like my video, subscribe, comment, tell me where you're watching from, and share. See you next time.